Hi there, in this video we're going to examine the basic content marketing video.
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
That without, no real frills, but it works in some ways. So let's talk about the strategy for it, and then I'll give you an example of it. So first of all, it's a basic content, right? You might explain how to do something or talk about some topic that your customers might be interested in. And the idea is that the topic that you rank for has some keywords that people typically search for, and that you will get to rank in Google search or YouTube search or somewhere else. Primarily it's those two. And by virtue of that, you'll get traffic today, next week, next month, next year. As long as your video ranks in search, you're going to continue to get traffic. And of course you can amplify that traffic by doing your own promotion on social media and maybe paying for advertising as well. So what happens in that sort of a video is basically you just explain something, right? The example I'll show you is me explaining how to create like a business plan for a mobile application business. A lot of people who might be curious about starting a mobile app business, they might search for something like that, like how to start a mobile app business, how to write a business plan for an app. And so that's what I explain, and it's the #1 video that comes up on YouTube for these sorts of things. Like if you search for a business plan for a mobile app, it's the #1 video that comes up, and I continue to get organic traffic. I don't do any promotion of it. I made it once, I set it there, it ranks, and I get continued traffic, and I lightly upsell from it, and I'll explain all that in a second. And it's a little bit, there's another format which we're going to talk about later, which is similar, like product reviews or even doing more aggressive sales videos. But the good thing about this one is you can just make it about, it's not about buying something, right? It's about creating content that's helpful for your audience, right? The video is not about selling. The video is about some interest for people within your topic niche, and that's how you draw them, by getting your content, your video to rank in search. You draw the people in, they like your content, they may explore more. And because of that, the conversion rate is typically low because you don't sell very aggressively, okay? But you get to make happy viewers, right? They're interested in some topic, you talk about the topic, you satisfy their thirst for knowledge, they're happy, they might subscribe to your channel, they may explore it further depending on how good your video was and how much of a need they have and how much of an interest they have and how much trust you're able to build over the course of the video. The video that I'll show you has only a call to action to do any kind of buying from me at the very end, which is the least you can do, right? To increase conversion rate, you can allude to buying stuff throughout the video. Like if that video I'll show you is about 15 minutes long, so maybe at the 5-minute mark, at the 10-minute mark, you can kind of casually allude to, hey, and here's the number you call, hey, here's the website you go to, here's the URL, click the URL if you need this, blah, blah, blah. And more calls to action will result in higher conversion rates for this essentially the same video. And of course, you want the balance of upsell versus viewer satisfaction, because if you do too much upselling, people will get irritated, and if you don't do enough upselling, people won't buy as much, right? And all throughout, people have to be happy with the video, because if they're not happy, they're just going to click off. That's going to be the end of that. So I want to show you the video that I made, and by the way, I'm going to have a link to this video so you can watch it yourself, you can check it out, you can see how it all works. In the next lecture, I'll just have a basic text lecture and a link to this video and a little bit of notes. But you can see the video title is a very SEO title, and don't worry if you don't know SEO. It stands for Search Engine Optimization. I'm going to have a primer for it later in this course, and I have a full course on SEO and on YouTube SEO that I'm going to link to at the very, very end of this course. The very last lecture is going to have links with discounts to the full courses on SEO, so you can be a real pro. But here for now, you can see I'm using a lot of keywords, right? Business plan for a startup or mobile app. So anybody searching for business plan for a startup, anybody searching for business plan for a mobile app will find this video very likely. And you see I've gotten 11,000 organic views. People like it. There's almost a 10-to-1 upvote to downvote ratio. And at the very end of this video, at the very end, like right there, I have some kind of an upsell. And basically all I do, and by the way, you will see the video quality isn't that great here. When I made this video, I was kind of early in my filming career, whatever, and I didn't know how to make better videos. You see my background is kind of strange. You might say you're not that much better now, but okay, we'll table that. But essentially, my delivery isn't as good here. I go on more tangents, things like that. So even despite that, people like this video. But I'll tell you, it could have been much tighter and much better. Nevertheless, people still like it. But here's the upsell that I do here in this video. I'm just going to play it, and I don't have sound here just so that it doesn't interfere. But you'll see that, so I'm going to skip the ad, and you'll see that, God, they show me another ad. That's strange. Okay, I'm going to skip this ad. Hopefully, yeah. So I'm going to go right here. Well, you can't see it, but essentially I tell people to basically go to my website and buy my apps and stuff like that. You'll be able to see it when you watch the video. Just scroll to the end, and so the last minute or so I spend telling people to like buy my apps and things like that, and it converts. But at the same time, you see the video is like 15 minutes long, and what happens is only about like 15 or 20% of the people make it all the way to the end, right? So a lot of the people who are watching the video, they might make it to like 10 minutes, which is a good sign, right? They kind of like the video, but they will never know about the things that I'm selling. So this video is focused on mostly providing value and selling at the end. So conversion rates are low. The results of this video from about, I get about 500 to 600 to 700 views of this video a month, and I'll tell you what the results are. I never mentioned the actual video, this product. I never mentioned it here that I sell, my Udemy course. I sell about one of those, right? I never mention it, but people end up sometimes looking at the description. People do buy my mobile app marketing book quite a bit. I sell a few a month just from this video. And people visit my website, which has my mobile apps, right? And people get and I promote my paid apps, so people get a few of those a month as well. So and I would say this video is relatively successful. You know, it's continuing to get downloads. I'm not putting any marketing into it anymore. It's ranking for its main targeted searches on its own, and it doesn't make me a lot of money, right? So I sell the course here. It's going to be about a $29 course. The books are about under $10. It actually makes some money with ads. It makes about $5 a month with ads. But actually maybe that's a mistake, because I really shouldn't. I don't recommend putting ads on a video on which you're trying to sell from. But I'm greedy, and for some reason I'm still doing that, even though I know it might not be a good idea. I decided to take the $5 on ads. Whatever. Maybe I'm too greedy. Anyway, but you see the kind of revenue that it makes and the sales that it generates, right? And generally, even though, like I mentioned, it could be better, people still like it. So I would say it's a liked. I would say it's a very liked video. The thumbs up is almost 10-to-1 from the thumbs down, and because of that, it does generate some sales for me, even though I kind of actually made this video, to be honest, early on, and I didn't know as much about selling with video, so I kind of botched the sales here. If I was doing this now, I would have alluded to the products I'm selling at about the 5, 10, and about in the last the 5-minute mark, the 10-minute mark, and about the end of the video. And I'd also explain more clearly how to buy and what to buy. But nevertheless, you kind of see the results. They're not great. The results aren't great, right? But they're like something. And you can make many such videos, right? And that's the thing about content marketing is if this video was easy to make. If you're a domain expert, you can make a lot of these videos. In fact, I've made like hundreds of videos like this on different business topics. Okay, each of them talking about some topic and then trying to upsell something else. So if you're a domain expert, it's actually easy for you to make an informational video like this because you already know the subject matter, right? All you have to know is that what people are interested in, what they're searching for. I'll show you that later when we talk about SEO. And you can make videos on those topics. It doesn't require multiple people. It just requires you, a camera, sometimes not even a camera. Sometimes you can record things from your computer with special software, and off you go. So it's kind of an easy, cheap way to make videos, and it has some effectiveness. And also, of course, a lot of the people who watch this, even they don't buy necessarily right away, they subscribe to my YouTube channel, which means that they watch my next videos and a lot of my next videos, and then I might sell them something else eventually. So that's the basic content marketing. Also, you can make this funnier. We'll talk about that, and more entertaining. We'll talk about that soon in an upcoming video.